Covering music-related content of all genres. If it filters through Eastern Texas, it's fair game. Y'all bring it. From Texarkana down to the coast and Dallas down to Houston and everything in between. We are ETX ROCKS!
Hit the brakes!
Cut!
This is Katie Kennedy, the owner of the Liberty Bell located in historic downtown Nacogdoches. We would like to invite you to come on down for our live music, our extensive menu, including our brunch menu available on the weekends, and excellent service. We're open every day of the week except for Monday. We've got live music every day and drink specials. So we'd love to see you in Nacogdoches. Come on down, tell them Katie sent you.
Hey everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the ETX ROCKS Show with yours truly, Boston Chris. Guys, we're super excited. We have a hit singer-songwriter here. She's been in Nashville. She's from Houston, Texas. She's worked with people like Marty Dodson, both with a Y and an I. We've mentioned both of them on the show before. Marty Dodson with a Y has written songs like Billy Currington's Must Be Doing Something Right. Marty Dodson with an I, who was with Saving Jane. You guys might know of that band out there. And she's worked with Clay Mills and a bunch of other people as well. And we also have Mr. Darrin Morris in the house today. Darrin and Susan have teamed up. Darrin's going to be recording a couple of Susan's incredible songs. And originally, D. Scribbs was supposed to host this episode of the ETX ROCKS Show, but he has come down with the crud or a cold or something from our trip to Austin. So we have a sit-in guest host. She's usually the producer of the ETX ROCKS Show, and she always will be. But she will be helping to host this episode, and that's Miss Louise Leone.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the ETX ROCKS Show.
Thank you.
Today,
Happy to be here.
Today it's with yours truly, Louise, and I'm here with Susan and Darrin, and Josh is hanging out with us as well.
Yeah.
Josh, say hello.
Hey.
So, Susan, how did you get your start as a songwriter?
Well, I come from a musical family, if you will. So everyone in my family either played an instrument or sang and played an instrument. And actually, I'm married into a family that is very musical as well. So basically, I've been singing in public since I was 5 years old. The very first time was at church. I sang Sweet, Sweet Spirit. And they put a toy box behind the pulpit for me so that I could reach the mic.
Short girl problems.
Yeah. So basically all my life, as far as performing, I really got serious about my songwriting. To tell you the truth, it's only been about a year ago. But so many things have happened in 1 year. I've had, which I'm sure we'll talk about later, I've had a song in a movie. I've got some other TV show things going on, and then Darrin, and I'm working with some other artists. So it's been an incredible year, and it's just getting better.
So what kind of spurred you on into actually writing songs, and when did you decide, hey, this is something I should take this and do something greater than just keep it in a notebook in my house?
Well, in all honesty, I was offered a record contract when I was 20, and I didn't take it. And I won't go into the reasons why I didn't take it, but let's just say that I don't have any regrets because I'm loving my situation. But I found the card of the gentleman who had offered that to me, and it was with A&M Records, which has had several iterations since then. I believe it's been Geffen, and now it's Sony. And finding his card was actually a kind of a light went on that. I just kind of took it as a sign. That card has been in my things in my office for at least 10 house moves.
Wow.
Yeah. So somehow it ended up being, and when I was cleaning out that day, and literally right after that, just boom, things just started taking off. So
It's kind of like all the pieces just fell together.
It
at
really
the right
did.
Time.
They really did. So I guess it was a sign, actually.
Where do you get your motivation when you're writing your lyrics?
Well, I keep in my phone. I keep a little notepad. Literally, it's the app Notepad for ideas. When I hear something, if I hear just somebody say something just off the cuff, just a side remark, and I think it's kind of interesting. I'll write that down. Sometimes I'm driving, and I'll do a little talk text in there. It's really all different kinds of ways. It's crazy. Sometimes I've gotten some ideas from my 3-year-old, or excuse me, he's 4 now. But I'm not gonna lie, I have had a few ideas from him.
So you just draw from anything can inspire you, and you just draw from everything around you.
Everything.
That's awesome. All right. Well, you've co-written with some prestigious names such as Marty Dodson, Clay Mills, and Grammy nominees Shelley Peiken and several others. Not every good writer gets such attention. How did you get noticed by people of such caliber?
Well, let's see. October was exactly a year ago that I was at a songwriters retreat in Las Vegas, and Shelley Peiken heard something that I'd written, and she asked me if I was interested in her going in on it as a co-write, and so there's that. And just basically just getting out there and getting your things heard and meeting people and letting them know what you're all about. It is a lot about relationships, there's no doubt.
Well, what was it like to collaborate with people like that?
Well, when she asked me if I wanted to co-write on it, there was a big group of people who actually witnessed it. And so I didn't know what to say at first. I was literally, I wanted to say obviously yes, but I was just kind of surprised. And what was it like? It was just really, I guess right at that moment, it was confirmation that I was doing something right. That's exactly what it was. And every now and then, especially as songwriters and artists, we need some kind of confirmation to say, you're on the right track. You've got talent. You've got something going. Move with it. That's exactly what that did.
Exactly. Now, I understand you're a member of Songtown. What resources are out there for songwriters?
Well, Songtown has definitely been a very good resource for me, no doubt. Marty and Clay have become friends as well as co-writers. Another gentleman by the name of Brent Baxter has a group called Songwriter Pro. He's been a huge help as well with advice and such. And I go to Nashville a lot as well to meet people and to just get in there and see what's going on. And it's kind of at the heart of country music as far as what's trending. And as far as resources, anywhere that you can go to get your songs heard and critiqued with honest critiques is a good resource. Someone who has actually done some things, who has either had cuts or hits, if you will. Get your information from them. Make sure that you get your songwriting education from the people who actually know what they're doing.
Definitely. So it sounds like for a songwriter or an aspiring songwriter, tapping into those resources and getting your name out there and meeting people and finding out who's who in that community is crucial.
It is crucial, yes. And you need to keep up with what artists are looking for, maybe what is going to be the next big thing as far as style. Yes, so getting in there and networking and talking to people is just, and of course, as we can see, I don't have a problem talking. So, so getting in there and talking to people and meeting people, that's what I love about it. I love the people aspect of it because I'm a people person.
Well, someone very near and dear to our hearts in this region is in the process of cutting a few of your songs, and we're talking about Darrin Morris.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited about that.
You are too.
Well, Darrin, why did you choose to use some of Susan's songs?
We were actually, I don't know if y'all remember, well, y'all do remember this because it was the night of the ETX Music Awards, and we weren't able to be there. We were actually we were up in Kansas and Nebraska doing some shows, and so we didn't have the chance to go to the show. It was a big, we hated that we missed it. It was one of our highlights of our year to go to that show, and then these shows up there came up, and we weren't able to be there. But we were actually on the way back from that I guess tour, if you will, and I think Susan just had messaged me and said that she had been following us and that she had seen all the things that we had been able to accomplish through some of the awards and different things, and some of the songs that I had written, and some friends of mine in Dallas. And she said, hey, I'm a songwriter from Houston, and blah, blah, blah. And so she sent me two of these two songs, and we listened to them on the way in the car or in the truck, and I was like, man, guys, you got to listen to these songs. I was like, man, this is really, really good stuff. And at the time, she had told me that one of the songs was actually on hold with a bigger name group. And I was like, oh crap. I was like, man, I'd like to get my hands on that song right there. It'd be great for our next album, both of these songs. And so we listened to them in the truck on the way back from that trip, and we were all like, man, if we can do these songs, get our hands on on these songs, it would be great. So
was that before or after you called us?
I don't remember.
Yeah, because you were talking about wanting to comb and condition my beard. I don't know if you remember that phone call.
I don't remember that. I don't think I was. I must have been. Oh, anyway.
It was an interesting phone
I
call.
remember that one.
Must have been late.
It was very late.
It
Yes, it was very late.
Must have been more than water. No. But no, and so during that process afterwards, we had been talking back and forth, and she was like, well, they actually just released the song, and so I was like, wow, it would be really cool if we could somehow record these two songs, and so we're in the process of doing that right now. So.
Well, Darrin, you're an amazing songwriter in your own right. I mean, you won 3 East Texas Music Awards for Single of the Year. What made you decide to use songs that were written by someone else?
I honestly, and this is going to sound really like I'm trying to be humble or something, but I honestly really don't consider myself really a songwriter. I mean, I've written some songs, yes, and we've had some great success with them. But like a songwriter like Susan, I mean, she can write like probably 10 songs a week. I may write like 3 or 4 songs a year. You know what I mean? So I don't really consider myself primarily a songwriter. I love to go out and perform, and when I'm inspired to write something, I'll write it.
But he is a good songwriter.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that, but I don't really consider myself a songwriter per se. But when I'm inspired to write something, I'll write it down, and I just believe that God's favor is on my life, and when He inspires me to do something or write something or go somewhere or meet somebody, then I do it. So.
Well, as an artist, how do you know when you come across a song if it's the right fit? I mean, what is there this spark when you hear it, like, this is perfect for me?
There is, yeah. I mean, it's almost like you ever hear something or see something and it gives you like goosebumps or chills or something, and it's like, oh my God, it's like, wow, where did that come from? And so yeah, that's kind of what happened with me, especially with the one. I guess we can go ahead and say the titles and stuff.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you want to keep it a secret.
Anyway, we'll just say with one of these two songs, that really did happen to me. I was like, oh my God. I mean, like the hair on my arms were like standing up. It was so good. And I was like, man, this is it. If we can get our hands on this song, I think we can really do something with it. So, but yeah, that's, and as far as your question about, getting songs from other writers and stuff, that's why I would really like to get other songs from other writers, because I don't write in volume. Like I was just saying, I maybe write 3 or 4 songs a year, whereas true writers write songs like, multiple songs a week, so, and so I like to pull from other people's, their experiences and what they're trying to say in their music. And so it just gives me a variety, or us a variety as a band of songs other than what I can just think of on my own. So.
Well, Susan, you said you haven't been writing for a very long time, but you're already seeing quite a bit of success. Why don't you tell us about some of your songs you have out right now, or some that are coming up really soon, and where they're being used?
Well, in all honesty, I've got lots of things that are for artists that are about to be released. Billy Lord, he's recording 2 of my songs. Billy's got a song right now. His last single is called Netflix and Chill, and it's getting a lot of radio play now. And so Billy's cutting a few of my songs, and we're writing together as well. And actually, with Billy, I'm working on a TV show called Play It Forward. I believe it's going to be on the Military History Channel, and we're working on a theme song for that. And then I've got a cut coming soon to be released in March with a pop artist named Ella Knox, and we're holding back on the title, for the release. So, but Ella Knox, you can find her on Facebook or on her page, ellaknox.com. And incredible pop artist. She's definitely going places. I'm very, very excited to be writing with both of those two people as well. And then I've got a TV show called The Grimps that I'm writing for. Another talk show in Houston. Dawn Butler is the host of that show. It's called A Different Point of View. And I'm working on the theme song for them for that, as well as a theme for a particular segment that they're doing. Pretty interesting. They're taking at-risk kids and doing a genealogy report on them to show them that there's some incredible people in their past.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a really interesting
awesome.
Concept. Yes. So I'm writing. Oh, I just got chill bumps. I'm writing the song for that segment as well. So let's see.
I understand you've been working with Marty on a song for a movie.
Yes, that movie will come out summer of 2017. It's called The Silent Warrior. The song is called Kindness Matters. And that was actually a really hard song to write because the child who's featured in the film, he was only 13 when he took his own life. And the movie is about suicides that are basically perpetuated by bullying. And this young man actually hung himself. So yes, it was a very, very difficult song to write. I kept his picture with me while I was writing it. I'm not going to lie to you because I felt like that I wanted to make sure that I was honoring him and his family, as well as the other children that have been victim to this as well. But yes, it comes out next summer. It's called The Silent Warrior.
It seems like that's something that's becoming more and more prevalent in our society. We've got kids and even adults that hide behind technology. They hide behind social media. And then that just bolsters them when they're in public even as well. I mean, some of the things that go on in schools today, when I was in school, that would have never happened. No one would have imagined that they would speak to someone in that way or treat someone in that manner.
Right.
And we definitely need more awareness and some things to start changing there for our kids.
But yeah, the words to the song, I'll just tell you a couple of the first lines, and it really says it all. It says, "I guess I needed a little more armor around my heart to stop the poisoned arrows shooting through me." I mean, that's what they are. Every time one of those darts hit, and some kids just can't take it as well as other kids can. Anyway, so it comes out next summer, The Silent Warrior. Dan Lennox is the producer on that film.
Well, there are other ways that you use your talents to make an impact on others. Tell us about the charities that you're involved with.
Wheelchairs for Warriors, I'm on the board of directors. We're doing a song for Wheelchairs for Warriors where the sale of it on iTunes is going to benefit the organization. When they asked me to be on the board, they were explaining to me that veterans come back wounded as paraplegics, and a lot of them end up being quadriplegics because the repetitious motion of doing a wheelchair ends up ruining their joints, and and so they end up being quadriplegics. So these wheelchairs are quite expensive. They range in price from $50,000 to $90,000. If someone is already a quadriplegic, the technology is so advanced they can actually take commands with eye blinks. That's the kind of I call it space age technology. So that's why they're so expensive.
And so Wheelchairs for Warriors is providing these chairs for veterans that have coming back wounded, that have coming back with paralysis and other issues.
That's right.
That's pretty amazing. That's another area in our culture and our society that we really need to see some drastic changes be made.
I believe
quickly.
so. That's why I'm really excited to be involved with them.
All right. Now, is there a personal reason that you like to work with veterans?
Well, my father was in World War II. He was stationed in the Philippines. He was shot down in an airplane. He actually had a metal plate in his head. He used to get severe headaches because of it. And I do remember hearing them talk about him not being able to get all of the help that he needed with the insurance that was provided. So he had his own insurance with his fortunately he had a very, very good job, which had very good insurance. But a lot of these people don't, and they depend on us to take care of them. And so that is one of the reasons. But the other reason is because I just don't like what I'm hearing about how they're not getting the help that they need.
Yeah, people just come home and from war, even if it's not war, and they see things that they're, any human being should not be able to comprehend and live with, and then they're just set free, and the government forgets about them for the most part, and it's just a sad thing,
Right.
So I commend you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. There's another group, by the way, I should mention that's really helping people with PTSD, and I haven't done anything with them directly, but indirectly I've helped them here and there. It's called casualtiesofwar.org, and they're really helping people get the help they need with PTSD. So.
Yeah, and the only way to stop people from falling through the cracks is if individuals like yourself and others out there start filling those cracks in. Yeah,
That's right.
So you're currently working on a debut EP titled "Take Me Back" that's set to be released early in 2017. What does that mean for you?
Well, I'm really excited to be putting a compilation of my own songs. Some I've written by myself, and others are co-writes. Just really excited to be finally having a compilation there with my own performance. So it's just something that I've been meaning to get around to doing for a long time, and the time is now.
Well, do you find a difference when you're writing between when you're writing for someone else and you're writing songs that you intend on putting together on your own?
No, actually, I don't. It's kind of like what Darrin was saying, when you feel moved by some expression or something someone says. And then, of course, if it ends up that it can be a song good for a female, and we can get it into the right key and it sounds good, then then there you go.
Okay. Well, while we're talking about stuff that's coming up in the near future, Darrin, what can we expect from you guys? Can we expect another album from your band?
We are currently working on one. We're hoping to have everything done and out maybe in the spring, early spring, I hope. Of course, the 2 songs that I'm doing of Susan's will be on there. I just got a brand new song that we just debuted the other night when we did the America's Got Talent at the Opry House. A song called "Crucified" by a good friend of mine named Jason Helms.
Yeah, you want to talk about goosebumps?
That's a really good song. We were on our way back from Nashville after going to the Universal Awards, where, by the way, we won Video of the Year. Yes. So
all right, congratulations on
that. That was a great experience. I can't even.
We may be biased, but that was a really good video.
Thank you very much. I really can't explain how awesome that was. But anyway, we were on the way back from Nashville, and we listened to this song that he sent us, and we were all like, oh, we've got to do that song. We've got to do that song. So we're gonna end up doing that song. I've written 2 or 3 songs that I know that we're gonna put on there. So we're still gonna need probably 4 to 5 more songs, and I'm hoping maybe Susan has some more we can.
Bet there might be a few in there.
Maybe we can pull from her and from my other friends in Dallas that I've written some songs with too. So we're about halfway there as far as like the song selection and starting obviously with Susan's songs as far as in the studio. So we're looking forward to getting that done. Hopefully this early spring, I hope. So.
Now, your band has gone through some transition recently. You had Wes Jean step in as a guitarist for a while, but he's moving on to other things. Right. So, do we have any news on how that spot is being filled?
We do actually. We have a guy that is an incredible guitar player, and his name is Michael Olson. He hasn't started playing with us yet. We're looking for his first show to be the first week in December. So guys will be hearing a lot more about him. Very good guy, very good player. So we're excited about that.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing from both of you guys soon. And now we are getting to a segment of the show called Rapid Fire. Now, I haven't really warned anybody about this today. Basically, we go through 10 questions. You have 90 seconds to answer.
Great.
And it's a double challenge because when you have multiple people answering, it takes a little more time. They're basically would you rather questions. And there is a punishment
Oh God.
if you do not get the rapid fire done in 90 seconds, then all of your hair will fall out.
Oh no.
And I know, knowing you very well, that's not good at all.
That's not going to be a good look for me either. So I'm going to really try hard on this.
Okay, so we've got 90 seconds. If your scalp gets itchy, then you might want to speed this up.
Shoot.
Are you guys ready for rapid fire?
I'm ready as I
That's y'all
ever
too.
will.
Thanks,
Josh is choosing not to be
Because
involved.
just in case the curse is true, you don't want to.
Well, I do have a good collection of hats. But
All right, are you guys ready?
Yeah, I guess.
All right, here we go with rapid fire. Now, would you rather play music inside or outside?
Inside.
Inside.
Would you rather make a movie of your life before you turn 21 or after you turn 21?
After.
Yeah, after. That's fine.
Hero or villain?
Hero.
Yeah, hero.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Mind reading.
Anything.
Oh, the time is. Oh no.
He can pass on this one. His
I'll
hair,
pass on that one.
His hair is a
Oh
superpower.
God.
Okay. Hands instead of feet or feet instead of hands?
Hands instead of feet. I'm not even sure what.
That sounds like the
Feet. I'll say feet.
All right. Would you rather always talk in rhymes or sing every time you speak?
Sing every time I speak.
Sing every time I speak.
Absolutely.
All right. Baseball cap or cowboy hat?
Neither.
I knew he was going to say that.
Oh, for me, baseball cap. Yeah.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl. Oh, I hate the early morning. Oh
Gosh.
God.
Forced early bird, natural night owl.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a good one. This one's going to take some thought. Would you rather sneeze cheese or would you rather your tears be made out of chocolate?
Tears out of chocolate.
Yeah,
I didn't have to say. I know.
All right.
That's
Now,
hilarious.
now here's the
There you
tough
go.
one. Would you rather have to listen to elevator music all day or the soundtrack to the movie Frozen all day?
I'm gonna go with Frozen.
Frozen. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was rapid fire, and
Yeah.
looks like everybody's still got
Yes.
a luscious head of hair.
They still have hair.
We made it. We made it.
Okay, so Susan, where can people find you and follow you on social media?
Well, I've got my music page, Susan Giacona Music. My website will be back up and running again next week, which is just susangiacona.com. There's segments about my voiceover work that I do. That's my other job. My movie and ad music, and then my pop and country music is there as well.
And Darren, where can people find you and your band on social media?
Darren Morris Band on Facebook, or Darren Morris, either one. We have two different pages. DMB5273 on Twitter, and then our website is www.darrenmorrisband.com. And we do have an app.
You have an
Yes.
app, don't you?
You know, I always forget about the app, but it's free.
That's right.
That's the best thing about
So
it.
Darren
But
Morris
it's just
Band,
Darren Morris
yeah.
Band at the app store. Just type it in.
I don't want your app. I don't know
Yeah,
you have
you
an
didn't-
app.
That's because Darren always forgets.
I do.
He needs
You
to
just
hire
reminded
me. He needs to hire me.
And I
Guys, he
have an
needs to hire me.
You have an
I
app.
can get you an app. I can get you an app.
That's
Apps are
very
cool things to
cool.
have. They really are, and they're free. I mean,
If you guys are looking for apps out there, I strongly suggest checking out Fire Breathing Penguin Media. They do great app work. And they're a sponsor of us as well. So Fire Breathing Penguin Media. First time I ever heard Fire Breathing Penguin, I was in a room doing a live podcast at Charlie's during the pre-jam, and somebody said Fire Breathing Penguin, and I thought there was one at the door or something. Like, I was really scared. But anyway, go ahead, Luis.
All right. What about booking information for you?
it's all those same
same
sites.
places.
Yeah, the website has the number and everything on it. So
In touch with you for booking.
yeah, sure.
All right. Well, do either one of you, have something to say to add to this? You have advice for aspiring songwriters?
Well, I was going to say thank y'all for having us here. I really appreciate all that y'all are doing for artists and songwriters as well. Very, very, very good of you. And then as far as advice, just write all the time. Write with anybody and everybody. Don't be afraid to throw out ideas. When you get in a room with people, there's no such thing as a ridiculous idea because you have no idea what it could turn.
I mean, there's a hit song called Netflix and Chill now, so I mean,
Right.
let's remember that.
Called Netflix and Chill.
That's right.
Now, I did not write that one. I did not write that one, but his next release I will, as far as Billy is concerned. But yeah, just do it. Just do it. If there's something you want to do, just do it.
Definitely. Darren, you have any words of advice?
Just, like like Susan said, just write down everything. I mean, I'm like her. My phone, that's where I keep everything, and it may just be a phrase or a sentence or a few words, but I'll just put it in there, and then I'll come back to it and go, oh man, that could go here or there, and just stay after it. I mean, there's this music industry. It's a roller coaster ride, and it not only is it a roller coaster ride. But it's a marathon, not a sprint. So that's the thing that a lot of people give up right before it really takes off. And so and it's hard sometimes because you want to occasionally throw in the towel and go, man, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? And then something else will happen. You'll be like, oh, that's why I'm doing this. And so you gotta during those down times or those times you feel like nothing's happening, just stay with it, stay focused, and good things will come. So.
And I've got to throw this out there because we haven't really had a chance to sit down and talk to you since the awards. Mm-hmm. What is that experience like for you to have basically walked away with the show?
It's humbling because
6-time winner.
Well, It's humbling to me and to us as a band just because, I mean, we started out 4 years ago. Nobody had a clue who we were or anything about our music or anything, and just to see how far we've come. And I mean, you win these awards based on people that go out and vote and go out and see your shows. And so to be able to accomplish that and win that many awards, it's like, it's almost overwhelming to us because we just feel like we're so blessed by all the people that have started to follow us and like us and spread our music to their friends and their families, and it's just really humbling for us, honestly. And we're just blessed.
All right, thank everybody for listening. This has been another great episode of ETX Rocks. You guys remember to support local music and
ETX Rocks.
Covering music-related content of all genres. If it filters through Eastern Texas, it's fair game. Y'all bring it. From Texarkana down to the coast and Dallas down to Houston and everything in between, we are ETX Rocks!